So far, all of our Docker files have ended with an entry point instruction, but there are two ways to specify a default executable in a Docker file: entry point and command. In this lesson, we'll discuss the command instruction and the differences between it and the entry point instruction. For a container to be runnable without specifying an executable at the end of a Docker run command, the Docker file that produced the container image either needs a command or an entry point instruction. The Alpine Linux Docker image doesn't specify a command or an entry point. Let's try running it without passing in a command to Docker run. The error message here tells us that Alpine Linux doesn't specify an executable using either instruction in its Docker file. Most Linux distribution Docker images specify bin.sh or bin.bash as their executable so that you can run them interactively without specifying a command. Let's take a look at a Docker file that specifies a command instruction. Our command instruction here is very simple. Notice that the command instruction is simply cmd. We want the container created from this image to ping O'Reilly.com. If we build the image and run it without specifying an executable, the ping command will run. This is similar to using entry point, except that we can override the command by passing in a command at the end of the Docker run call. Let's run this container with the command ls-l to list all of the files in the current working directory. Using the command instruction allows us to completely override the executable run inside the container.